What's holding you back? What prevents you from reaching your dreams and achievements that you long for? This is an honest question and it's very individual usually, but there are some universal things that a lot of us struggle with that are just poison in your life, no matter how you look at it. This is not a holier than thou conversation because we all have work to do in our lives. If you've been on the channel before, you know this isn't a holier than thou conversation because we all got a lot of work to do in our lives, including myself, and I'm well aware of it. I think that's why we can connect. I'm not here to slap hands and tell you you're bad. I'm not that much of a hypocrite. I got my own shit to work out, and no one knows that more than me. There are some disturbing trends as men that we just need to do away with. They need to be gone the way of the dodo. Things like gaming addictions. Yeah, it's a real thing. I lost 3 years of my life to a game when I added up all the playtime that I've spent on it. I know a man who ran his business into the ground because of his gaming addiction. Like, he lost everything on it. Look, if you want to play your Xbox or your PC and blow off some steam every now and then, that's fine. The problem comes when it starts taking over for real life experiences and relationships. It's an incredibly widespread issue at this point as men become more and more frustrated and feel like they're not accomplishing anything real achievement-wise in their lives. We retreat to where we can be a hero. Unfortunately, there's no real heroics behind a controller, and we are often starting to be addicted to the sense of fake accomplishment. We start neglecting our real life responsibilities, goals, relationships, and experiences because we can't get that same dopamine hit, and it's hard to let it go. Guys, it's time to unplug. So welcome to the Fallible Man podcast.
Here's the million-dollar question. How do men like us reach our full potential and grow into the men we dream of being while taking care of our responsibilities, working, being good husbands, fathers, and still take care of ourselves? That's the question, and this podcast will help you with those answers. My name is Brent, and welcome to the Fallible Man podcast.
Welcome to the Fallible Man podcast, your home for all things man, husband, and father. A big shout out to the Fallible Nation. You guys make this all possible, and I'm so appreciative. And if you're a first-time listener, warm welcome. Thanks for giving us a chance and coming to hang out with us today. We're excited to have you here and have you as part of the nation. It's time to kick some habits that have no place in your life out as a man. We all know that we have stuff to work on, but there are just certain habits that as men, we need to just be like out, gone, guys. And that's where we're starting today. Now, we already talked a little bit about gaming addiction. I breezed over that pretty quick, guys, but it's a really serious thing. I've actually talked to licensed psychiatrists who have addressed this very issue because it is becoming more and more prevalent in our world, that we escape that escapism to something where we can feel like we're succeeding. The next thing that I want to take out of your world, guys, or help you, because it's something we all got to work on, is the dad bod must die. Now, this isn't one solitary habit. Gaming addiction is one habit that's easy to just identify and isolate. The dad bod is a collection of habits that just have to go. This is a huge issue. And I'm still getting rid of this myself, okay? Getting rid of gaming addiction will actually help you on this, but you've probably heard me rant about dad bods before if you've listened to the show. I'm working on it every day, guys. There is nothing sexy or healthy about a dad bod. If you can see the bulge above your belt on the outside, then your organs are already suffering. There's nothing sexy about being unhealthy and out of shape. The fallacy that this looks good is just being perpetuated by men and women who don't want to feel pressured to maintain their own physique because it's hard work to control your impulses and urges. In an actual scientific studies, not the crap you see on YouTube, the majority of women prefer a man who is healthier. Not big and bulky like a pro bodybuilder, but healthier. It's a base biological set of markers that speaks to the primal parts of our brain. Women are also more attracted to the scent of men who have worked out. Yes, your sweat smells different post-workout, or working sweat, than just normal sweat. Men, as we move more and more into office and desk-based sedentary jobs, It's incredibly important that we get more active in the rest of our lives because we are moving less and less at work. Carrying that extra weight around your organs, visceral fat is what it's called, which already exists if you can see the subcutaneous fat, which is the stuff you can see on the outside, is the root of many common health ailments. Can't say that word today. You can't be the best version of yourself in every other way if you're neglecting your health. A lot of the leading diseases that hurt men the most are actually found somewhere with being overweight. Socrates once said, "No man has the right to be an amateur in the matter of physical training. It is a shame for a man to grow old without seeing the beauty and strength of which his body is capable." Now, guys, I'm not saying you have to be a bodybuilder or a strength athlete. I'm not even saying you got to be a gym guy. Go play sports instead of watching them. Eat foods you should and stop eating crap you shouldn't. You aren't 5 anymore. Drink water. Get good sleep. This will solve 80% of the equation. You don't have to find the perfect diet to lose weight. You have to find one with healthy food that you can stay on. And I know it's crazy and confusing, right? You got keto, carnivore, paleo, Mediterranean, Atkins, pescatarian, vertical. Guys, whatever you can maintain and live with and enjoy, try that. And if you need a place to get started, guys, you can also try my friend Dai's book. If you need a place to start, try Dai's Whole Life Fitness Manifesto. Guys, this is a great book. You should check it out. I'll have a link to it below. But it's a place to start because Dai doesn't just approach fitness and health through exercise, right? It's a whole life transformation. And the dude is jacked. Like, he's in great shape. I'm envious. I'm working on trying to look that good. Get moving. Don't eat like a kid or a teenager. Drink water, sleep. Let the dad bod die. Yeah. This is all about bad habits combined, right? Lack of sleep, lack of movement, lack of healthy exercise, lack of good food. I know it's not just one habit. It's a plethora of habits that comes together and just can totally deter the process of your life, guys. And it's not something that you need to get caught up in. And as men, we need to say, see you later to the dad bod and get ourselves in better shape. Number 3, Netflix and chill. This is one of the worst habits, and we've all been guilty of it. I will admit I have done this so many times. In the future, I hope to have a home. My house right now doesn't have a separate living room and den. In the future, I will have a house with a living room and a den being separate. And there will only be a television in the den. The living room will not have one, and you will not find one anywhere else in the house. They won't be in the bedrooms either. I don't have a place to put it in my house other than my living room, or it wouldn't be there even in this house. It's funny, a long time ago, people said that television was breaking down the family. Then we got used to it and people stopped demonizing it so much and realizing that it's still in our control how much time we spend in front of it. Now, I don't blame televisions for tearing families apart, but it certainly doesn't always do us any favors in that department. It's our third favorite dopamine hit after our cell phones. More and more as the quality of shows have grown over the years, and let's face it, we got some really, really great television shows out there. As the quality of television has grown, we've all been guilty, myself included, of coming home and dropping into Netflix and chill mode. That's just the slang term or whatever term we want to use for it. You could Hulu and chill or Disney Plus and chill or whatever and chill you do. We do what we have to, but our ambitions have drifted away. And like gaming, we've allowed ourselves to be transported away from reality into imaginary worlds that separate us from the reality of what we're trying to achieve in our lives. Ask yourself this question: what do I gain from watching TV in excess? Am I getting wealthier? Am I healthier? Is my relationship better with my friend, with my spouse, with my kids? Did I learn something that improved my life or will improve my life? Am I further in my career? Did I make any extra cash by sitting here watching this show? If you're like most of us, then the honest answer is no, you didn't. It didn't improve it. That's just the reality. You're also more likely to eat more junk food, exercise less, get less fresh air and sunshine, sleep worse, and think less. Now, I love to watch a show sometimes. I enjoy a good show, and I am tempted to binge watch The Witcher Season 3 whenever it comes out someday. I have shows I love, and because I do love them a little too much sometimes, I have to self-regulate because I'll fall into this trap really easy if I'm not vigilant. Guys, I lost 3 years of my life to gaming. I can only imagine how many years of my life that I've wasted in front of a television. Honestly. I wonder if they do those studies. I should have looked that up before the show. My bad, guys. I'm sorry I didn't do my due diligence. I should have looked up those numbers before the show. But, right, they do numbers on how much time you spend in the bathroom. They do numbers on how much time you spend in traffic, how much time you spend sleeping. I bet somebody did. I bet it's something you can look up. But the average American spends hours in front of the television every single week. In fact, most people spend more time in front of their television than they do actually connecting with their family. A lot of people spend time in front of the television with their family, but that's not actually connecting with your family, and it's distracting you from becoming your best self. It is keeping you from moving forward into who you can absolutely become as a man and your possible potential, guys. And you've got to get it under control. This habit needs to go away, guys. Now, guys, I want to tell you about our show sponsor, and our show sponsor today is the Phoenix Conference. The Phoenix Conference is our men's in-person and virtual event that we do. It's becoming a yearly event. This will be our second year, and it's happening February 10th and 11th, possibly the 12th. I'm still in negotiations with my host site of 2023. Guys, tickets are on sale right now. They are at the lowest price. They're only going to go up from here. We had an incredible conference this last year. Men are still talking about it. I was just sitting with someone the other day. We are talking this time about man on a mission, because men need to find their telos. They absolutely need to understand their purpose. It makes you stronger, and it makes you better, and it makes your life more complete once you understand it. Yours is going to be different than mine. So we want to walk with you and help you as you search for that, guys. And you can attend both virtually and in person. I also want to share with you guys my friend Stephen Crane. You've heard him on the podcast before. He wrote the book, I Can Appreciate This. It's on our library page, guys. And all during the month of September, 100% of book sales benefit Cure Childhood Cancer. Get or gift your copy now. There will be a link in the description of the show, and help fight cancer with Cure Childhood Cancer. Guys, it's a phenomenal book. I enjoyed it immensely. Stephen has been on the podcast. He's also been on my live show, Manly Monday. So check out those episodes. But help us fight childhood cancer and share this incredible book with somebody today. Read it yourself and pass it on. That's what I did. Let's get on with the show, guys. Number 4. Gentlemen, it is time to kick this habit. The dirty little secret has got to go. Let's be honest, the dirty little secret is out. Pornhub had 2.8 billion visitors in July alone. It wasn't even the top trending adult site for July. That is a quarter of the world's population in traffic in the space of a month. In the last 2 years, I've had 2 different pornography addiction counselors on the show to cover this topic. I had a tantric coach on recently who told me that porn is one of the things she moves her clients away from because it deteriorates their lives. We had Alan and Jessica from Saving Innocence on to tell us about the amount of child trafficking victims that are forced in pornography. They know, they're on the front lines fighting trafficking, and Jessica was trafficked for years before she managed to get out. I'm not sure how you can set aside the fact that the majority of the performers are coerced, blackmailed, threatened, or drugged into the life. They're threatened if they don't look like they're into it and having fun. Pornhub and other sites are frequently under investigation with all the children being raped on their sites. They're not underage performers. They're children who cannot consent. It is rape. If somehow that's not bad enough, and I don't know how that's not bad enough for men who are standing up as men, the data is in, and it's not good news. Pornography is unhealthy for you in a plethora of ways. It leads to ED, performance anxiety, desensitization, extreme fetishes, because as your brain desensitizes, it takes more and more extreme acts to get the same dopamine response. It's generally a gateway to infidelity, prostitution, and physical abuse. I haven't even begun to scratch the surface of all the ways it poisons your lives. It steals the joy out of your relationship because your brain wants something that's not real. It's all staged. It's addictive, and it alters your brain chemistry even. Like, it actually alters your brain. Most men are ashamed when they do decide that they have a problem. So guys, I'll have you links to support groups in the show notes. Get help, because it's almost impossible to leave it behind alone. The secret is out, and it is destroying lives. This is a habit. Guys, it's time to get out and kick this one to the curb if you want to be the best version of yourself. Number 5, stop whining and complaining. You will never look less masculine than acting like a whiny little bitch. You're dragging yourself down along with everyone around you, and nobody cares. Everyone has their own burdens, issues, and nobody wants to hear you unload whatever you're upset about today. Understand there's a difference between whining and bringing up a legitimate concern at the right time and place. Few people bother to differentiate before they speak, and you should always think before you speak, or you run the risk of looking like a fool. Listen, process, think, and then respond if necessary. If you whine and complain, that no one will seek your counsel or your company. Bring forward a legitimate issue in the correct time and place with positive and sincere intentions, and people will seek you out for your understanding and counsel. Do you see the difference? No one wants to be around a whiny person, but a person who exercises discernment and wisdom, everybody wants that. While my father-in-law is not a perfect man, I've always valued his input. He's a deep thinker who is slow to speak, which obviously caused some friction early on in our relationship because I never shut up. But he only speaks when he feels he has something to contribute or absolutely needs to step in and be involved to speak up. While he's not a sparkling conversationalist, when the man speaks, it's worth your time to listen because he only speaks when he feels like he has valuable input to improve the conversation or the topic. This is a better path for most men. Mark Twain is attributed with saying, it's better to keep your mouth closed and let people think you're a fool. That's a bunch of bunk, because that actually finds its roots in Proverbs in the Bible. So it's much older than Mark Twain. Regardless, it's sound advice. It is unbecoming to whine and complain, and it does nothing but make you look and sound weak. Emotionally, maturity-wise, it doesn't solve the issue, it doesn't improve the issue, and it doesn't add anything positive. Along those lines, stop talking out your ass. It's okay not to know everything, and it's better not to prove that you don't know everything. That one's a freebie. Guys, number 6 of all of the habits we need to get rid of, lying needs to go out the door. In the movie Kingdom of Heaven, Liam Neeson is initiating his son, Orlando Bloom's character, into his Order of Templars, and he shares this value: always tell the truth, even if it leads to your death. Those words have never quite left my thoughts since I watched that movie, guys. And it's a spectacular, epic movie if you haven't seen it. Kingdom of Heaven is several years old now, but it is a phenomenal movie with some great acting, but some of the value in it is bigger than that. Like this quote: always tell the truth, even if it leads to your death. There is nothing more powerful than the truth. There are quotes all through history testifying to the validity of this fact. It's not always easy, but it's far more entertaining to tell the truth than to lie, to be honest. Honesty is a rare commodity these days, and it shouldn't be. If you've been around the podcast for any length of time, you know I believe integrity is a cornerstone of being a man. It is absolutely, undeniably, irrevocably a cornerstone of true manhood and masculinity. Lies are messy and almost always end up doing more damage than truth. They're tiresome because one often becomes multiple lies just to maintain the original lie. Soon you're living separate lies or separate lives if the lie grows big enough, and it becomes even more messy. Take it from an expert liar, guys. It solves nothing. I lived a lot of my life lying my way through life, often thinking I was protecting people I cared about. I lived separate lives depending on who I was with to maintain certain appearances and people's opinions and thoughts, because I thought I was doing it for a good reason, because I wasn't necessarily living in alignment with everything my family was doing. Guys, it's like drowning without dying. That's what living a lie is like. And the more you lie, the more falsehoods there are, the more lies there are to your life. It gets messier and messier, and it just ends up burying you, and you can't maintain it. The truth will come out eventually, and it's going to be a train wreck, guys. You will always have less trouble telling the truth. And as men, be honorable and honest. Tell the truth. It makes you more valuable, and it makes you more real and more respectable as a man. Number 7. Last one, guys. We're flying through today. The 7th habit you need to kick, and this is really important, is making excuses. Yoda didn't lie to us. We just try to overcomplicate the crap out of it because it's hard when you draw a line in the sand. So we're always looking for somewhere to retreat. And there's nowhere to retreat if you acknowledge that it is that simple. And the majority of things in life really are much more simple than we think they are. Yoda said, "Do or do not. There is no try." It's one of my favorite lines in all of Star Wars. But it really is that simple. Do or don't. Yes or no. You did it or you didn't. Did you do the work and put in the reps to prepare for that test, for that lift, for that meeting, for that competition, for that homework assignment, for that business meeting, whatever it is? Did you put in the reps and do the work to prepare? You did or you did not. Instead, we say things like, "Oh, I got busy," or "This came up. My friend dropped by. We had an unexpected guest. I didn't have time." Should I go on, guys? You know these excuses. We've all made them. And it's time for excuses to die. One of our favorite sayings here at The Fallible Man is, if it's important to you, you will find a way. If it's not, you'll find an excuse. Guys, I've been saying this longer than The Fallible Man has existed. This has been a cornerstone for me. Men, it's time to take ownership of everything in your life, good, bad, and ugly. Things in our control, things totally out of our control. It doesn't matter. Ownership puts the power in your hands. Excuses make you a victim of circumstance and steal your power. Victimhood is not a good look for anybody. Did you get it done? No, I did not. I analyzed where I failed, and if I get another chance, I'll do it. And I won't fail the second time. That's always a better conversation than offering up an excuse about why you didn't get it done. People will respect the honesty. People will respect the fact that you didn't make an excuse. Own your own life and your actions as a man. You cannot be the man you were meant to be with your life in other people's hands. You have to take control of it. And that's what excuses are. They're putting it on somebody else. They're putting it out of your control. They're taking away your power. And it's not a good look for anybody, guys. These are seven habits that men, we need to kick to the curb and get them out of our life. Gaming addictions, dad bods, Netflix and chill, that dirty little secret that's not a secret, whining and complaining, lying and making excuses all need to go the way of the dodo. There is no room in your life as a man if you are trying to become the very best version of yourself and reach your true potential. And every man should reach his true potential. Become the man you're meant to be. That's what we're all about here. We want to walk with you on that. Join us over at Fallible Nation. It's a place where men are walking together and encouraging each other. Or at least that's what we're trying to build. Now, guys, I added a new segment to the show because I appreciate the fact that you guys listen and the fact that you guys give me your valuable time. And so I am now reading at the end of the show podcast reviews that one of our listeners has left us, because this is like one of the greatest compliments you guys give us. And it's such a boost to my show. It helps us out a lot. Let me see if I can read this. Brooding Stranger says he's done it again. Brent uses easy, small steps to help you understand and begin to build your personal growth and development. His illustrations and personal experiences give you courage to try taking some of those things, some of those steps to begin your own program of self-improvement. Thank you, Brooding Stranger, for taking the time and leaving us a review, guys. That helps us out so much here on the podcast. It helps us keep doing these shows, and it just is such a compliment. We are so grateful when people leave us a review, because if you're not a podcaster, you may not understand, but really, that's black gold right there for us, guys. That helps my podcast grow immensely, because the more reviews we get like that, the more we can expand it and share it with other people, and the more Apple Podcast shares us. So take the time. Hey, if you want to have your review read on the show, you got to leave us a review first. And we value your time. So thank you for doing that for us. Guys, as always, better tomorrow because of what you do today. We'll see you on the next show.
This has been the Fallible Man Podcast, your home for everything man, husband, and father. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a show. Head over to www.thefallibleman.com for more content and get your own Fallible Man gear.